The Shek Report, with Dave Damashek reporting.
Damashek here. Ho, 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 and all that. Week 15's in the book, so let's get right to it. Just remember, players and coaches, don't get angry at me if I call your name. Ultimately, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Let it begin! At number 5, the worst drop ever of the week, which this week is a tie between the Cowboy safety Barry Church and this lady with floor seats. What's remarkable is how similar their reactions are. I can hardly tell them apart. At number 4, inflexible NFL head coaches who can't figure out how to work with special talent. Guys like Chip Kelly, who reminds me of Santa Claus in the cave scene from the holiday classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Surely you've seen it many times. Just minutes after little Rudolph comes into this world, Santa shows up and announces the infant reindeer better lose that red nose or he'll never be allowed on Santa's team. Then Santa launches into a self-congratulatory song. I am old Kris Kringle, I'm the king of jingle. And get over yourself, old man. Then Donner, Rudolph's own father, smears mud on his baby's nose to please the boss man, which means this is still on you, Santa. You know, some people may think Bill Belichick is a Scrooge, but I can assure you, Bill would have looked at Rudolph's red nose and said, I can work with that. Look what he did with Troy Brown, Mike Vrabel, and Julian Edelman. Those were his Rudolphs. Meantime, on that one foggy Christmas Eve, when Santa came to Rudolph to say he needs him, Rudolph should have told Santa to go Scrooge himself. Shady and Deshaun know what I'm talking about. Now it's time for Shoulders of Greatness, presented by Head & Shoulders, which this week is shared by the twin headliners of Week 15, Odell Beckham and Josh Norman. Yeah, there are lots of people getting up on Mount Pius to tisk at the behavior, but I loved it. All right, the helmet-to-helmet stuff was unforgivable, but otherwise, it was 60 minutes of high drama, tension, conflict, and some legitimate comedy mixed in. I guess it's okay if you didn't enjoy it, but then I gotta tell you, I don't think The Force Awakens is for you. I haven't seen it yet myself, but I'm almost positive it's gonna feature opponents who don't like each other and as such, do bad things to each other. At number 3, people who've just now decided Russell Wilson is good at football, as if he was a passenger on the Seahawks Super Bowl Express the last couple of seasons. Oh, I'm sure Wilson's thrilled to meet these Russell-come-latelys high standards for elititudinous NFL QBing. But whereas Steve Hartman might have answered too quickly, you've taken too long, people. In other words, this train's already left the station, and there's no room left for you. At number 2, Kurt Warner and Michael Irvin, who on game day morning committed a uniform violation. Don't you guys know if you're going to wear brown pants, they have to say Browns on them? Thankfully, Shek field reporter Los Real Ali had you covered this time. But next time, you may not be so lucky. And that brings me to number 1, and this week's brown paper bag of shame, which goes to the Ravens' inexplicable costumes on Sunday. Listen, birdies, I appreciate you wanted to be bold, but my goodness, I think you owe my eyeballs an apology. The Ravens themselves tweeted this before the game. Yes, please put those pants in that emoji fire. I mean, this guy thinks you look ridiculous. I know it's tired and hacky to quote Edgar Allan Poe where the Ravens are concerned, but seriously, Ravens, nevermore. And by the way, in this week of another Pittsburgh v. Baltimore game, a reminder, the Steelers are named after the product forged by mid-century locals and used to build the tanks and ships that defeated the evil Axis in WW2. Hey, Mussolini, if you don't like the Steelers, you don't like freedom. Meantime, the Ravens are named after the aforementioned poem written by the Boston native Poe, who late in his life moved to Baltimore, got drunk, and died. Back to the pants, which are pretty much the same color as this, the brown paper bag of shame. Proving once again, there are no coincidences. But now that I look at it, the pants are even worse than this thing. Till next time, try not to embarrass yourselves, and happy holidays, even to you, Ravens.
Shame.